After the failed rebellion, Kang No-yul non-fatally shoots player 246, Gyeong-sok, pretending to cooperate with the organ traffickers in exchange for access to their operating room. Seong Gi-hun is returned to the dormitory alive and later learns that all the other rebels except Cho Hyun-ju and Kang Dae-ho have been executed. Another vote is held to end the games, but it fails. Ji-hun, still in shock, blames Dae-ho for the rebellion's failure. As the players are led past the bodies of the hanged rebels, they are assigned roles in a deadly version of hide-and-seek. Armed taggers will hunt the hiders, who must find and unlock an exit with various keys. Before the game, Dae-ho confronts Gi-hun, blaming his plan for the rebels' deaths. Young-sik and Myung-ji switch roles with Jum-ja and Jun-hee to become taggers. Myung-ji teams up with Nam-ju. In the operating room, No-yul kills the traffickers and forces the doctor to stabilize Gyeong-sok. Meanwhile, Wang Junho's team resumes their search for the island with a new drone operator, while Woo-sok investigates Captain Park independently. The frontman, Hwang In-ho, orders Park to eliminate them if necessary. After Gyeong-sok recovers, No-yul kills the doctor. In the game's labyrinth, Hyun-ju, Gaeum-ja, and Jun-hee team up. Myung-gi reluctantly partners with Nam-gyu and helps kill several hiders, realizing that reducing the number of targets for other taggers will also increase the prize pool. Elsewhere, Seon-yo finds the exit but is betrayed by player 100, Jong-dae, who locks her out. She is then killed by Min-soo, who hallucinates Nam-gyu and See-me under the influence of Thanos' drugs dropped by Nam-gyu. Jun-hee injures her ankle while running and goes into labor as Hyun-ju kills several taggers in self-defense. Ji-yoon-ja helps deliver the baby, but Hyun-ju is killed by Myung-ji just after discovering an exit. Overcome with guilt at the sight of Jun-hee and her newborn, Myung-gi walks away. Meanwhile, Ji-hun, now assigned as a tagger, hunts Dae-ho. Dae-ho confesses that he lied about his military background and betrayed the rebellion out of fear. He attacks Ji-hun, blaming him for the failed uprising. Enraged, Gi-hun strangles Dae-ho to death. Jeum-ja and Jun-hee, carrying her baby, manage to find an exit before encountering Young-sik. With the game nearly over, Young-sik, having failed to eliminate any hiders, targets Jun-hee. Jeum-ja intervenes and fatally stabs him, devastated by what she's done. Ji-hun, blaming himself for the deaths caused by the rebellion, attempts suicide but is stopped by guards. The VIPs arrive and pose as soldiers to execute the eliminated players. During the vote, Jum-ja pleads with the O players to vote X, but they ignore her. She begs Ji-hun to protect Jun-hee and her baby. After he initially refuses, she hangs herself. Meanwhile, Jun-ho returns to the cliff where In-ho shot him and begins an intensive search of the island. At Park's house, Woo-sok discovers a photo of Park with the recruiter, realizing Park is involved in the games. He is arrested before he can escape. Moved by Jun-ja's death, Ji-hun promises to help Jun-hee and her newborn daughter in the next game, a jump rope challenge where players must cross a bridge without being struck. Initially, no one moves, until Min-soo throws Thanos' necklace, prompting the withdrawal-stricken Nam-gyu to leap for it and fall to his death. The VIPs decide Jun-hee's baby will count as a player. Ji-hun, vowing to return for Jun-hee, dives in with the baby and successfully crosses. Encouraged, player 96 follows but begins shoving others once he crosses. The masked officer, threatened by No-yul to help her escape, discovers Gyeong-seok posing as a soldier. During the game, player 96 blocks the path until Gi-hun pressures him to move. When 96 becomes aggressive later, Gi-hun kills him in self-defense. Meanwhile, Myung-gi confronts Jun-hee. She rejects him for murdering Hyun-ju and reveals she's injured. As time runs out, Jun-hee entrusts her baby to Ji-hun and sacrifices herself, devastating both him and Myung-ji. The VIPs vote to allow the baby to remain in the game as player 222. Off the island, Gyeong-sok and No-yul manage to escape but are pursued by guards sent by the masked officer. In the dormitory, after the announcement that Jun-hee's baby will replace her as player 222, Jong-dae's group attempts to harm the child but is stopped by guards. They plot to kill Gi-hun and the baby, with Myung-gi pretending to join them. Before the final round, Gi-hun is summoned by In-ho, who offers him a secret deal. kill the remaining players to ensure his and the baby's survival. In-ho reveals he is actually Oh Young-il, shocking and enraging Ji-hun. Elsewhere, Jun-ho discovers that Captain Park was acting on In-ho's orders. Mortally wounded in their confrontation, Park confesses everything with his last breath, strengthening Jun-ho's resolve to uncover the truth and find his brother. Meanwhile, the masked officer pressures No-yul to return to the island by threatening to go after Gyeong-sok and his daughter. She complies, ensuring his escape while returning herself. Ji-hun struggles with the decision to accept In-ho's offer but ultimately refuses, inspired by a vision of Kang Se-byok that reminds him he is not a killer. At the same time, In-ho remembers his own dark past, recalling how he killed other players during the 2015 games under Oh Il-nam's influence. The next day, Ji-hun, the baby, Myung-ji, Min-soo, Jung-dae, and 4 other players proceed to the final game. Meanwhile, No-yul returns to the island, confronts the officer at gunpoint, and forces him to erase all records of Gyeong-sok's involvement. A violent struggle ensues, ending with No-yul killing the officer and destroying all remaining hard copy records of players. The final game, called Squid Game, requires players to push at least 3 opponents off towers over 3 rounds. Min-soo is killed in the first round. Myung-gi kills player 336 and reveals he is the baby's biological father. Ji-hun kills player 203 in self-defense, while Myung-ji eliminates player 353. Jung-dae begs for mercy, but Myung-ji coldly pushes him to his death. Player 39 later commits suicide by jumping off. Outside the island, Jun-ho successfully rescues Gyeong-sok and kills the guards sent to recapture him. With only Myung-gi and Gi-hun left, Myung-gi tries to force Gi-hun to hand over the baby so he can throw it off and win. Ji-hun tricks him and crosses, and a fight ensues that ends with Myung-ji falling to his death. Though Gi-hun and the baby survive, it does not count as a sacrifice. Gi-hun then presses the button to start the final round. He chooses to sacrifice himself, declaring that the players were human, not animals, and throws himself off the edge. His death shocks the VIPs and moves In-ho, who rescues the baby as the island begins to self-destruct. The VIPs, Jun-ho, and No-yul all escape before the explosion. 6 months later, Gyeong-seok reunites with his daughter and crosses paths with No-yul, who learns her own daughter may be in China. At the airport, Se-byok's brother, Cheol, reunites with his mother, accompanied by Song-woo's mother. Woo-sok is released from prison and reunited with Jun-ho. He plans to redevelop the fortified hotel where Ji-hun once lived. Meanwhile, In-ho leaves Jun-hee's baby and the prize money with Jun-ho. He also visits Gi-hun's daughter in Los Angeles to tell her about her father's death and give her his player 456 jumpsuit and winnings. As he leaves, In-ho notices an American recruiter playing Didokji with a man, hinting at the continuation of the games abroad. What is next to come in the next chapter? Hope you enjoyed this recap. Leave your comments below. If you liked this recap, please give the video a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe for more recaps. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next movie recap.